key to your success is in the daily habits. It's no way around it. We try to think of all these elaborate ways of being successful with all of these, 5-point business plans and 22 pages of nonsense. But the true testament of if you are going to be successful or not is based on your daily habits. I had to take this into consideration this year because there are a lot of things that I want to be successful in. There are a lot of things that I'm committed myself to. And I realized this morning. As you guys can see, I am surrounded by snow. It is snowing here. And as much as I am committed to myself and committed to my goals and committed to actually making the changes that I want to make this year, I sat in my bed for what felt like an eternity this morning, going back and forth with myself, like, do I really need to go to the gym today? Like, do I really need to get out my bed, shovel, wipe off my car, and go to the gym? And as much as the answer in my head was no, again, I realized if you really want to be successful, you got to look at your daily habits. And just because things get difficult, just because things get a little bit more challenging in terms of your day-to-day, don't let such a minor inconvenience stop you from what it is that you want to do. Now, after I kind of had that pep talk with myself and I got up out the bed and now clearly I'm in the car and I'm on my way to the gym, I feel so much better because it is truly mind over matter. This could have been a situation where I would have stayed in the bed for that extra hour. I would have had to get up eventually. And when I got up to really, truly start my day, I would have thought about the fact that I made a commitment to myself. And because it snowed a little bit, it's not like a blizzard. Our governor didn't call a state of emergency today. I hope that he will for work. But he has not called a state of emergency. So for something that was so minor, I sacrificed an hour to sit there, not really go back to sleep, but to give up on myself. That's really what it is, right? It's not just getting an extra hour of sleep. It's literally, I decided that I was going to give up on myself versus do something that's going to make me physically and mentally a better person and also help me with my goals long term. I do not want to sacrifice my long-term goals for temporary satisfaction. The temporary satisfaction in this case would, of course, been me being in the bed and being warm, but it's not worth it when I look at my long-term goals and what that is and how that's going to be impactful for me. It's just not worth it. And so this is where your discipline comes in, when your motivation runs out. And that is something that I really want to practice and have at the forefront of my mind going into this year. Yes, we're going to be motivated at the beginning of the year. Yes, we are going to have all the goals and all the excitement, but that's going to run out. The motivation is going to run out. The excitement is going to run out. And what is going to kick in is what you do on the daily. Your discipline is going to come in. And the only way that you gain discipline is by looking at your daily habits. It is a must. As I sit here, I'm looking at the snow fall down. I'm excited because, again, it's something so small and it's something so minute, but I know that long term this is going to be beneficial to me because this is just helping me to make the gym a priority, but moreover, it's really helping me to establish the foundation of what discipline and commitment looks like for me. And for me, it is getting out of the bed when I said I was going to get out of the bed and going to the gym when I said I was going to go to the gym and committing to the goal of health and wealth. Not just because it's January and it's a new me and it's a new you and all of that. No, because I said I was going to do it. I know what my goal is. And when the summertime comes and y'all see me summertime fine, y'all gonna know why. Y'all gonna know it's because I committed to the goal. I committed to the plan. I stayed consistent and I decided to allow my discipline to overshadow my motivation because my motivation ran out. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do that is going to help you stay committed to your goal? Do you have a goal in mind? Do you have a plan in mind that's really going to benefit you long term? Do you have a system in place? Because that's another thing I thought about this morning laying in the bed is maybe I am lacking the discipline in a lot of areas because I don't have a system in place. And we all have a system, but it's systems that either society has created for us or family has created for us, or just like a family dynamic or your life structure. So think about it this way. We wake up every morning, wash our face, we brush our teeth, put our clothes on, whatever your routine is in the morning, right? But you wake up in the morning, do your hygiene, get dressed, and you leave for work. That's a system, because you know that in order for you to be prepared for work, you have to do steps 1, 2, and 3 before you can get to 4, 5, and 6. That is your system of being able to generate wealth for you. What is your system for you to be able to accomplish all of the other goals that you set out? And when I thought about the system for me, I realized that my system really wasn't truly in place. Yes, the idea was in place. Yes, the motivation was there. But there's no system. And without a system, you're not going to be able to reach the goal. That's the bottom line. Because like I said, when your motivation runs out, the discipline has to come in, and the discipline does not come unless you have a system in place that's going to allow you to create the system. So for the sake of this conversation and me trying to explain this a little bit better, I thought about what my system needs to be in order for me to be successful at this goal. And my system needs to be that I create, or I set up my gym bag. I make my gym bag at night that's going to have everything that I'm going to need for the gym. My gloves, my water bottle has to be filled up in the morning. My gym clothes need to be laid out, shoes, socks, all of that. Another part of my system is, especially now, is I need to check the weather. I need to know if it's going to rain. I need to know if it's going to snow. I need to know what the temperature is going to be, because a part of me being successful in this goal long term is that I need to be up at a certain time each morning. And if I'm going to be up, that means that the system also knows that I need to set my timer. I need to have a backup timer for me. I need to have two alarm clocks. One is kind of like the girl is trying to get up, and then the second one is like, no, if you're not up by now, you need to be up. And another thing, the way I do this is I actually change the sounds on my alarm. I have an iPhone, by the way, so I have one of my alarm clocks and it has some random song, but then the second one I use is actually my ringtone, which is Kill Bill. And by this point, Kill Bill gets louder and louder and louder if I do not turn that alarm off. So I have no choice but to get up and turn that off. In addition, because it is my ringtone, I always, like, my body instinctively make sure it wakes up to answer the phone. So that's just a part of my system, and it's something that is going to work for me because some of these things are already natural for me. Your system doesn't have to be anything that is so out of place and so different from what you normally do throughout the day that it's going to make it hard for you to adhere to it. Your system just needs to be something that is a step-by-step plan that's going to help you with your overall goals. So again, my system is going to be having those 2 alarms in the morning, already having my gym bag packed, making sure that I'm going to bed at night and I'm not scrolling on my TikTok and social media all night long, because I know I have to get up at 5 o'clock in order for me to be at the gym. Luckily, I didn't have to do that today because it is snowing and there is a delay open for everything here in my state. But again, a part of my system is knowing all of these things need to take place in order for me to obtain and make it easier for me to reach my goal. And that's the beauty of creating a system versus creating a goal, because a goal is just a framework of what you think or what it is that you want, versus the system is how you actually go about achieving the goal that you set. So you kind of got to have both. They work hand in hand. And I believe that the system is more important than the goal, because the system can set you up for so many other things. The system for me is going to allow me to always be up for work and never be late. The system is going to be always giving me that extra wiggle room to enjoy my coffee or my tea in the morning. That is also going to be the opportunity for me to do my daily devotional and spend time with God in the morning, right? This system allows me to achieve all of the other things that I have on my goal list or my to-do list for the morning. It gives me the opportunity and the framework to get up in the morning. That's essentially what this goal is, or what my system is being able to get up in the morning and do all of the things that I need to do in order for me to have a good and productive day. I want you all to be mindful that it is great to be motivated. I know we're all excited because it is a new opportunity for us to, you know, really accomplish our goals this year. But you have to have a system in place in order for you to reach your goals, because like I said, for the 15th time in this video, motivation is going to run out. Inspiration is going to run out. And you may not even have that right now, but you have to let your discipline do all the work for you, because your discipline is going to kick out when your motivation is lacking. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I am on my way to the gym. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.